Hello guys, good evening or good afternoon depending on the time that you're watching me. I want to welcome you to another session where we'll be discussing about the MEXT entrance exams. If you are just starting applying for the first time, or if you have applied before and have not been successful, the MEXT entrance exam is one of the key exams that you're supposed to take before you are considered for the oral interview. Because of this, about 60% will be left out at this stage. So you have to be extra careful. Today, my goal is to share my experience, at the same time also some of the tips I have learned after being successful. I attempted the written interviews twice myself. I was successful on both ends, the first time and the second time. It was not because of luck, but because I understood what it means to take an entrance exam. So whether you are panicking or you are just trying to check out, today I'm going to break down everything. In this video today, we are discussing 3 types of exams that happen during the MEXT Scholarship entrance exams. We'll be discussing number 1, the English standard test. Then we'll also discuss the Japanese standard test. At the same time, also we'll look into the mathematics test. These tests are not all to be taken at the same time. They depend on the course that you are actually doing. So because of that, I'll be breaking down each and help you prepare as much as you can. All right. Myself, I came for the teacher training course. Because of that, I was only mandated to take the Japanese and at the same time also the English entrance exams. So welcome to Transformative Podcast. Our goal here is to share information, valid information backed up by experiences. Let's get started. We'll start with the English entrance exam. This is an exam that really determines whether you'll be considered by MEXT or not. Because for now, the universal language is English. The formal language for communication is English. That's why they'll set a higher standard for you to be considered to come to Japan. To be honest, there are a few factors that you have to consider. But the main idea or the main goal of the exam is simply to answer this question. Can you communicate in English? Can you read? Can you understand? And can you also have a conversation in English? Because once you come to Japan, most of the courses will be administered in English. Yes, there are those optional courses where you would want Japanese, but most of the courses will be in English. So the main idea is for you to answer this question. Now, if you have fears towards the exam, here is the secret. It's not difficult now. And I will not say it's simple, but I'll say it's not difficult. The reason why I'm saying so is because at the first time I attempted, myself, I panicked. I looked through a lot of books. I checked online and everything and so on. I checked into the past papers for the MEXT Scholarship. I'll link in the description below. All of these, I discovered that whatever is being asked is simply to check my understanding. So when I went for the second time to attempt the exam, I did not prepare at all, but I was successful. This is not to brag, but just to help you understand that the main idea, the goal, is just for them to check your understanding. Can you comprehend? Can you talk? Can you read in English? So please don't even worry. But let's go into the main paper now. What is the paper like? What is contained in the paper? So in the paper, you have about 4 or 5 sections. The first 2 sections are simply gap filling sections. So in this case, you are given a question and it has a gap where you're supposed to fill in with the right word. All right. So you take any kind of word from the multiple choice options you are given. And first of all the questions are simply multiple choice. So let me break that one down before I confuse myself. So these could range from basic prepositions, basic nouns, and so on. It's not that hard. Take confidence in yourself. The third section is where they're trying to check, can you correct certain sentences? So we'll be looking at sentences that are improperly structured, and it's your duty to pick out which sentence is the wrong one. You have to check yourself whether you feel like a certain option is wrong or a certain option is right. I have already put it on your screen just as an example. Once you are there, then you now go into the fourth section. The fourth section is similar to the fifth section. The fourth section is all about comprehension. So you'll be given a story, you'll be given to read, and from there you'll be able to choose what are the right answers. So it's almost like you are responding to the questions that you have been given. So you'll be given questions out of the main story. The last section, as I said, is similar to the fourth section. In this case, you are still doing the same comprehension. You have another story to read, but here the main difference is that you're simply trying to correct some of the things, whether some of the things were true or whether some of the things were false. So you might have questions which are true or false in terms of their options. Because of that, this is how the exam is structured. So you shouldn't be afraid. For me, I would recommend preparing by yourself. If you have studied your university, if you have studied in English up to 12 years of education, then you shouldn't be afraid of writing or attempting the exam, even if you are not prepared. But if maybe your English education is less than that, then I would recommend taking extra steps, studying online. Take some of the past papers and also maybe check out whatever people are recommending. Aside from that, even if you just picked up any kind of book, a novel, could be newspapers, could be an article, keep reading each and every day. I believe that by the time you'll be writing the exams, you'll be fully prepared to attempt the MEXT entrance exams, because the main idea is communication. It's not grammar. No, please forget about that. Now let's go to the math entrance exams, an exam where most of the people who are coming here for science courses will take. This is an exam that is mandatory and you must take. How best can you prepare for it? I would recommend you having a deep dive reviewing, because the science courses here are mostly competitive. So review yourself as much as you can. Mostly I would recommend Olympiad style of exams, and at the same time also basic high school mathematics. Now let's break them down. What topics are they likely to ask you during the exams? Normally they are likely to ask you calculus, so pre-calculus and advanced calculus. Prepare yourself as much as you can. You know what is taught. All right. If you would love, I would make a video in the future about the exact areas where what they ask. But for today, just summarizing. At the same time, also they ask about probability. They also ask about sequences and series. They will also ask about trigonometry. Allow me to read on that one because I didn't have it on my mind straightforward. Right? So these are the areas they will ask you during the exams. Preparing yourself, you can go through number one, their past papers, check them out. They will give you a brief overview on what they are likely to ask. Number two, I would recommend you browsing through YouTube, whatever people are discussing about the math entrance exams here in Japan. And finally, I would recommend the internet itself. Just do a bit of Google. You'll be given a highlight. Now that we have artificial intelligence, it can give you a good summary on what you should be able to do or prepare yourself. Now let's move on to the next type of entrance exam that you have, which is the Japanese exam. Depending on the course you want to study in Japan, you might attempt Japanese or you might not attempt Japanese. Myself, I came as a teacher trainee or I did the teacher training course, so Japanese was not required, even though it was there in the exams, but it was not a requirement for me to write. But please, caution. MEXT requires that everyone should answer the Japanese questions. Whether you are taking a Japanese course or not, you should answer the questions. Now, you might be wondering and begin to prepare unnecessarily. Here is the point. For people who are coming here to study the Japanese course, they will need to prepare this course in detail depending on the levels of study. But for those of us who are coming here for English courses, we will be required to attempt, but even though we don't know anything, we should still. So how does it go? They require that you should just circle as much as you can during the exams. So whether you're going to get it right or not, but you should still fill. If you don't fill, normally they do allow you to go through, but these days they are so strict that they can disqualify you for not taking the Japanese exam. So my recommendation, go into the exams. If you are not required to answer the Japanese questions, just go circle whatever you can. But for those of you who will be taking the Japanese course, it means you have to answer all the questions. So what are the areas you're supposed to prepare? There are three levels that you find in the exams. Number one is the beginner level. At the beginner level, they expect you to answer hiragana and katakana. So you have sentences that are mostly structured with hiragana and katakana readings. They might have kanji in there, but the kanji will have on top of it a bit of hiragana or katakana just to enhance your meaning. So if you accept and you say I'm a beginner, it means you answer the beginner section. You have the intermediate section, which is I would say 50% kanji and 50% hiragana and katakana. In this way, you should also be able to prepare yourself according to your level. Then you have the advanced level, which is mostly about comprehension. Do you understand the Japanese? Can you answer the questions in Japanese? Can you read in Japanese? So mostly it will be maybe 80% of kanji, because most of the Japanese language is written in kanji characters. So because of that, you need to prepare yourself according to your level. If you're coming here for Japanese course or studying, you should be able to prepare yourself according to your Japanese level. So mostly this is what they require in terms of preparing for the Japanese exams. That's it from me and from Transformative Podcast. I want to thank you for watching the video up to this end. I believe that I've shared the best of my experience. To be honest, the MEXT exam is one kind of an exam, and you don't have to panic because they're simply testing your knowledge and your understanding of the materials they are asking you for. So basically, follow the instructions I've given you. They might look oversimplified, as other people may say. It's because other people are simply trying to get as many views as they can. I'm just sharing what I know. There is nothing beyond this. Prepare yourself within the areas I've told you, and you come back to this channel and thank me later. This is all that I have had to share. If you have any questions, you can contact me in the comments. Thank you so much.